And
they're calling a good basket. They're calling goaltending, I think is what they called.
44-38, 6-point game. Wisnan for three, no good. He's not hitting.
Over the back.
And John Lloyd stepped out of bounds. John Lloyd stepped out of bounds. Basilean is within 6 and they have the ball, so a turnover. And the tide could swing right here. Taylor to Van Dyke.
They've been hanging around all night.
Martindale goes baseline, lays it up, and he's fouled.
Is that on Lloyd? That's on Lloyd.
John Lloyd.
So
That
now
should be number 2.
That's 2 on Lloyd, so he's still in pretty good shape with 11 minutes to go. An unusual substitution for Sigma Alpha, Musser. Nathan Rogers
comes in for the Spartans, and Blair Smith comes in for the Eagles.
So unusual substitutions for both teams.
And Martindale cannot get that free throw to fall. Martindale, shot is up, it's good. And we're down to a 5-point game. Cutter, inbounds to Rogers. Rogers to Ray.
Oh.
Ray almost mishandled the ball. Cutter's gonna bring it across the timeline. Blair Smith is on Cutter. Rogers at the top of the key. Gives to Ray. Ray's gonna drive in the paint. And a foul on Taylor.
They're calling it really close. They've been calling it close all night.
And they've really been tough on Basil.
They have.
But nonetheless.
But they're only down 5. I mean, they've overcome that.
They're down by 5. Spartans playing good ball tonight. It's a rather low-scoring game.
Really?
10.5 minutes to go in the game. Cutter goes into Ray. Ray, the top of the key.
Ray will not shoot that ball. He won't shoot it.
Because he doesn't have a shot from outside. Cutter on the left side, inside, Lloyd to Lloyd. Brother to brother, and a foul on Blair. Blair Smith. Blair Smith getting some body on him.
Well, he was, trying to play against the guy who's a foot taller than he is, more than a foot taller than he is, and there's nothing you can do.
Rogers dishes in to Lloyd for the assist. Dan Lloyd lays it in. Van Dyke will bring it back. They're down by 7. Inside to Jones. Jones back out to Taylor. Taylor fakes the 3. He'll come back out. And a foul called on Dan Lloyd.
So Dan Lloyd's got 3 fouls now here in this game. 9 minutes and 59 seconds to go, Musser.
Dan Lloyd has 3 fouls. John has 2. Jones calls a timeout. Now Jones can't inbound the ball. Now Basil can't inbound the ball. And Basil just can't do anything right tonight. It's a tough game. It's just under 10 minutes to go, and the Eagles are just being stunned by the Spartans who came to play. If you would have told me that this game was going to be like this, I wouldn't have believed you, because Basil's had tougher competition all season. The Spartans have had to really try and play up to the competition. And I'll tell you one thing, the Spartans, you got to take your hat off to them. John Lloyd has played an excellent game from the line and inside. The guards have done a good job. Here's the key. John, here's the key. Sigma Alpha has worked the ball, they've used the clock, and then they've made their shots. Basil, on the other hand, is taking off-balance shots, bad shots, and they're not doing well in transition.
It's been an all Sigma Alpha game. Sigma Alpha's controlled the tempo. You've said that. Basilean has got to get something going. I mean, they're only down by 7, and they're not even playing their own game. Watch out, Musser. I'm telling you, if they can light a spark and get this game moving, they'll blow them away.
Bassel's got to light a spark. And now a turnover. A foul called.
Blair Smith with a foul.
Better yank him out.
Yeah,
He's causing
it's
some
time
turnovers.
to leave. It's time to leave, Blair.
Just under 10 minutes to go. Spartans inbound. Cutter's ball gives to Ray. Spartans could go up by 9. There's a 3-point by Rogers, no good.
Nice rebound by Martindale. That's what he's got to do.
Van Dyke across the timeline. Now the Eagles are running and gunning. That's their game. Now they got to score. Smith goes back to Van Dyke. Van Dyke inside to Jones. Jones to Martindale. Martindale for 3, no good. Rebounded by Taylor. Taylor's going to bring it back outside to Van Dyke.
Smart move. Can't afford to get rejected now.
Down by 7. Martindale puts the shot up. It goes. 5-point game. Lloyd brings it across the timeline. Dishes to his brother. Brother to brother to brother. Good. When you get siblings on the court, the sparks will fly. And that was a 3-point play. Brother to brother to brother, and they laid it in. Beautiful play. Back to a 7-point game. Taylor into Martindale. Martindale bring it back out. Stolen by Rogers. Martindale gets it back.
There you go.
A foul on Rogers.
That's Rogers first.
But Rogers, we haven't seen much of him this year, and he's really come back to play a good game so far.
Well, he's a pesky player. He's always on your case. You know, he's the kind of guy you just hate to guard you because he's always touching you. He's always pushing you. You don't like that.
Cutter on Van Dyke. Martindale in the paint. He'll dish it off for Jones. He'll bring it back outside. Taylor for 3. No good. Taylor is off. And another foul. And a foul on Rogers. That's his second foul.
Just like that.
And another timeout. John, the tie to the game. It's a 7-point Spartan lead. And this is the thing. You keep talking about that spark. But this is what happens. Every time you think that Bassel's lit a spark, Sigma Alpha comes back and puts it up. They are very good at silencing the Bassel crowd.
Because they don't allow Bassel to get into that running offense. Because Bassel will run, Bassel will score, but then Sigma Alpha will walk the ball up the floor and take their time, unless they have a wide open layup. They've been playing that smart all night.
Now you saw the Spartan crowd there a little bit earlier. Compared to the Eagle crowd, a little bit different.
Just the size is slightly larger in favor of Sigma Alpha, you would say.
John Lloyd has been a key.
Real quickly, we're going to go to Emily Hart for a quick sideline update.
Kevin Blue said the man is working well, and to work the ball inside, Chris Curtis said pick up the defense. Get it stronger, get it man-to-man, keep Sigma Alpha from scoring. Back to you, John.
Thank you very much, Emily.
Bassel ball. Jones will inbound. Gives to Martindale.
Elbows being thrown inside again. There you go.
And this time it's Henry. And we're going to check it out.
While we have this injury timeout, let's quickly go to Bob Radford for an update for the Sigma Alpha sideline.
John, one thing for Sigma Alpha's defense, they need to set the screen, keep that screen strong, and then go back to the middle. Also, limit the turnovers. The bad passing by Sigma Alpha is what's causing those. Right now, they have 19 turnovers, and that's going to hurt them later on in this game. Back to you, John.
Thank you very much, Mr. Radford. Now, Henry's going to have to come out because Plu came on the floor, and he's saying that he was elbowed in the throat.
And he's coughing a little bit, but he comes off.